Ice Spice. AKA the girl who once owned your YouTube feed, TikTok, Spotify, and probably even lit up your group chat debates, has quickly gone from dominating to flopping, and honestly, no one's shocked anymore.
Do you have a hidden talent?
I feel like I said this last year, I don't know, but I'm double jointed.
Oh, you never told me.
I didn't say that.
What does that mean, double
I don't
jointed?
even think that's a talent. I feel like that's just a genetic.
You might not know all the words to Munch, You Thought I Was Feeling You, but you definitely know the vibe. Lately though, it's less about her music and more about the controversies she's caught up in. From red carpets and Billboard charts to Central C and NLE Choppa collabs, and even the drama surrounding her weight loss. Ice Spice has been catching heat left and right. While she's been crowned the Princess Diana of the baddie trap universe, self-proclaimed, mind you, there's a bigger story here. Ice Spice isn't just the flavor of the month, she's more like a flavor bomb. Spicy, loud, and depending on your taste, maybe a little too much.
Think you the shit, bitch? You not even the fuck. I be going hard.
But how did this Bronx-born, volleyball-playing college dropout with a fake Instagram name go from rising cultural icon to flop in record time? Let's hit rewind and go back to where it all began, the Bronx. It's the early 2000s in the Bronx, and little Isis Gaston, yes, her real name is Isis, tough break, but she rolled with it, is growing up in a household that can best be described as crowded. Her parents, Joseph Gaston and Sharina Almanzar, met while flipping burgers at McDonald's, which is both adorable and somehow perfectly fitting for this story. They split when she was 2, leaving baby Ice Spice to bounce between her mom's house, her dad's house, and her grandparents' place, which, by her own account, was always packed with at least a dozen cousins.
When you were younger, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I really just wanted to be like famous.
She's done it.
Her mom, who had her at 17, was the young and chaotic type. In interviews, Ice has described her as like a sister, which is either sweet or mildly concerning, depending on how you spin it. Meanwhile, her dad, an underground rapper, was the introspective, chill parent, the kind who took her on road trips to hand out mixtapes and dream big. Basically, her childhood was a mix of MTV reality show chaos and indie rapper ambition.
The other day, my father was like, I don't think you need to do that pose no more. And I was like, okay.
And that Bronx backdrop. Now, if you know anything about the Bronx, you know it's a breeding ground for real spitters, legends, who have carved out names with real rap credentials. Think Big Pun, Cardi B, Fat Joe, people who gave us bars, substance, and a sense of grit that you can almost feel in your bones. So naturally, Ice Spice was expected to follow in those footsteps, right? Well, no, not at all. Instead, she flipped the script entirely. Ice Spice gave us catchy vibes, Instagram captions, and a side of SpongeBob references. Let's fast forward to 2022. Ice Spice is in college, studying communications at SUNY Purchase, probably thinking about anything but becoming the next big thing in rap. She's also playing volleyball because, of course, she's one of those overachievers who does everything. Somewhere in between classes and volleyball practice, she starts dabbling in music with her producer friend Riot USA.
Crazy.
I don't know what you paying, but it's not enough.
It is.
It is.
It is.
That's good. You gotta take care of the team. You gotta take care of the team.
I love that. But yeah, I love the work he's doing, and you guys work so well together. You basically grew up together, came up together, right?
Basically, yeah.
Y'all were teens when y'all connected?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I was 19, he was 18.
And then, like a bolt of lightning or a TikTok trend, Munch, Feelin' You drops. Was it groundbreaking? Absolutely not. But was it addictive? Oh, 100%. Suddenly the whole internet is chanting, "You thought I was feeling you?" Like it's the gospel. Ice Spice wasn't just another up-and-coming rapper. She was a viral sensation.
You thought I was feeling you? That nigga Munch. Nigga, he ate it for lunch. Bitch, on my body, I get what I want. Like.
Here's the thing about Munch. It wasn't deep, it wasn't gritty, and it definitely wasn't trying to be. It was pure, unfiltered, TikTok-friendly brain candy, and that's exactly why it worked. Ice Spice understood the moment. In a world where attention spans are shorter than her average song, she delivered exactly what people wanted, a vibe.
It's catchy like a TikTok song, like,
Yeah.
you know, but it's nothing that would, you know.
From there, she didn't just ride the viral wave, she surfed it like a pro. By early 2023, she was dropping her EP with tracks like Bikini Bottom, yes, inspired by SpongeBob, because why not? And In Ha Mood. Critics might have been lukewarm, but fans ate it up. Ice Spice wasn't just a one-hit wonder, she was building a brand. Then came the cosigns. First, Nicki Minaj hopped on the remix of Princess Diana, and suddenly, Ice Spice was serious business. If Nicki says you're the next big thing, who's gonna argue? And then, as if that wasn't enough, she showed up on a Taylor Swift track. Yes, Ice Spice and Taylor Swift, two people you'd never put in the same sentence, teamed up for a remix of Karma. The internet didn't just explode, it literally imploded, rebuilt itself, and exploded again. But with great fame comes great drama. Ice Spice quickly found herself at the center of controversies, including an alleged feud with fellow rapper Latto. Fans speculated that a lyric in Princess Diana was a not-so-subtle jab at Latto. Whether it was intentional or not, the internet ran wild with it. By the time Latto shaded her back with a snippet of Sunday Service, the feud was full-blown. Ice teased a diss track called Think You the Shit Fart. And, well, rap beef turned into bathroom humor real quick. Only in 2023 could we have a full-blown rap feud centered around the word fart. By mid-2024, Ice Spice was gearing up for her next big move. Her debut album, Y2K, expectations were sky high. Would this be the project that proved she was more than a viral moment?
Many times they'll talk about the process of whittling it down from, 50 plus tracks that might exist on a hard drive somewhere to the 12 or so that ultimately end up on the record.
Yeah.
How do you decide what does and doesn't make the cut?
Everything makes the cut. I'm like very boutique style, like when it comes to recording and putting out music, you know what I'm saying?
Y2K wasn't terrible, but it wasn't groundbreaking either. Critics were quick to point out its lack of artistic growth. Ice Spice's signature baddie rap style, playful, repetitive, and minimalist, was starting to feel more like a crutch than a strength. Tracks like Munch Feelin' You had set the bar high, but Y2K didn't quite clear it. The production, helmed by Riot USA, was a highlight, with innovative takes on drill music that pushed boundaries. But Ice Spice's contributions often felt static by comparison. Instead of evolving her sound or diving deeper into storytelling, she stuck to the same formula that made her famous. It worked for her early hits, but by now, fans were craving something new. If Y2K was underwhelming, the Deluxe Edition, well, it was more like the cherry on top of a sundae that had already melted. Released on Christmas Day 2024, the timing was all sorts of wrong. The music industry, already in holiday hibernation, wasn't exactly hyped for new releases, and Ice Spice's Y2K Deluxe, which was supposed to be a game changer, had all the energy of a late night infomercial. The result? Disappointing first week sales of just 4,800 units. Fans were quick to dunk on her sales figures, comparing it to a moment when you think you've ordered a 5-star meal on DoorDash, only for it to arrive cold and soggy. Some speculated that the low numbers were due to the fact that the Deluxe album didn't add much beyond a few new tracks like Hannah Montana, featuring NLE Choppa and DaBaby, yet another attempt to secure a viral hit. The internet had a field day. The same people who once posted Ice Spice's lyrics in their stories were now questioning her relevance. The consensus was clear, something was off. The Deluxe Edition, released on Christmas, felt like Ice Spice was trying to recapture the magic of her earlier success, but the spark just wasn't there anymore. If the album sales weren't enough of a hit to the ego, Ice Spice's 2024 international tour added another layer of drama. At the Wildlands Festival in Australia, Ice Spice's performance quickly became one of the year's most memorable train wrecks. She arrived late, performed only 2 songs, and was promptly booed by an annoyed crowd. And then, to make things even juicier, reports surfaced that the festival had to cut her mic mid-performance. Picture the scene. Ice Spice, mid-set, completely losing the crowd. It was a visual metaphor for what some fans had begun to suspect. Ice Spice's cultural dominance was beginning to fade. She was no longer that fresh viral moment that everyone loved to repost. Now, she was the artist who showed up late and cut her set short. In a way, this incident symbolized the cracks forming in Ice Spice's carefully curated public persona. Fans who had once celebrated her authenticity were now turning on her for what seemed like a lack of professionalism. The backlash was swift, with many questioning whether Ice Spice was truly ready for the global stage. As if the career controversies weren't enough, Ice Spice's personal life had also become fodder for the internet's gossip-hungry frenzy. The most public of her personal dramas, the fallout with her opening act, Cleotrapa, during the Y2K tour.
One Ice Spice song, but everybody was telling me like there's a beef. Do you want to say what is happening?
It's not a beef.
Okay.
Well, it was a miscommunication, and that's really what it was. It was a miscommunication, and when you have friends and you express yourself to your friends, because obviously you want to have friends that you could express yourself to and tell them how you feel.
Cleotrapa went viral on TikTok with a series of videos accusing Ice Spice of mistreating her. According to Cleotrapa, she was invited to join the tour last minute, forced to cover her own hotel expenses, and left to navigate the whole experience alone, while Ice Spice's team allegedly treated her like an afterthought. Cleotrapa even shared screenshots of texts where she confronted Ice Spice directly. Ice's response, accusing Cleotrapa of just trying to use her for clout. The public fallout was messy, as fans took sides and dissected every detail of the exchange. Ice Spice lost over 540,000 Instagram followers in the wake of the drama, further fueling the perception that her once unbreakable public image was beginning to fracture. But that wasn't the only friendship turned sour. Earlier in 2024, Ice Spice's former best friend, Baby Storm, came forward with accusations of bullying and betrayal. Baby Storm claimed that Ice had used their friendship to climb the industry ladder, only to discard her once she'd gained some fame. To make matters worse, leaked texts allegedly showed Ice Spice insulting Nicki Minaj, something fans latched onto as more fuel for the fire. At this point, it was clear, Ice Spice wasn't just dealing with career pressure, her personal relationships were also unraveling in real time. The once popular It Girl seemed to be losing her grasp on the very thing that had made her famous, her ability to stay relatable. As if career implosions and friendship drama weren't enough, Ice Spice also found herself at the center of a body image controversy. Photos started circulating in late 2024, showing a leaner, more toned version of the rapper. Naturally, the internet exploded with speculation. Was Ice Spice secretly using Ozempic, the drug that's been gaining infamy for its weight loss effects among celebrities? Ice Spice quickly addressed the rumors in an X Spaces chat, shutting down the Ozempic talk with characteristic sass. What even is Ozempic? What the hell? She asked, effectively dismissing the speculation with the kind of defiance that's become part of her brand. She attributed her transformation to the intense demands of touring, a revamped diet, and consistent gym sessions. But no matter how she defended herself, the damage was done. Fans, ever quick to form opinions on the bodies of female celebrities, couldn't stop dissecting her weight loss. Some claimed she was just living her best life, while others accused her of resorting to shortcuts. One thing was clear though, Ice Spice was no longer just a rapper, she was the subject of public scrutiny, and every aspect of her life was being picked apart by internet detectives. So, what went wrong for Ice Spice? How did the viral sensation who once had the internet in the palm of her hand end up facing an uphill battle for relevance in 2025? Experts like TikTok commentator Sam Murphy have argued that Ice Spice's lack of artistic evolution is a major factor in her decline.
It's a much different situation. The sales of the standard edition of Y2K were 28,000, landing her at number 18 on Billboard Hot 100. Not terrible, but certainly not capitalizing on the hype in a way that people expected. It's shocking to me that this has happened because I really thought that Ice Spice had legs. Here's what's happened, I think. There's been several controversies. I'm not going to go into them because I think unless you're chronically online, it doesn't really matter in the story of what's happened to Ice Spice. I think it really comes down to the album. When you have a viral moment like she did, I think that you have to show some development when you come to the debut album. And I think specifically of somebody like Glorilla, who's been able to translate a viral moment into a really, really good debut, the best first week sales for a female rapper last year. And I think it's because, one, she positioned herself with the right people. The features on her album are really interesting and really suitable for her and her audience.
She's still relying heavily on her viral hits, which worked wonders in the short term, but ultimately feel static in the long run. Her debut album, Y2K, didn't show growth or depth, something that fans and critics were hungry for. Instead of using her platform to experiment or push boundaries, she stuck to what worked, only it no longer did. Another TikToker discusses the intense backlash Ice Spice is facing after releasing a freestyle with On the Radar.
The entire internet is clowning and making fun of Ice Spice for her brand new freestyle.
Why would you lie? Nigga, you fried. You just be high. But you was my heart. Now we apart. I'm in the dark. You love when I start. And it's just one. There isn't two of me.
The freestyle, which includes lyrics like "You was my heart, now we apart," has been heavily criticized, leading to an online wave of ridicule. Viewers are leaving harsh comments, mocking the quality of her rap, accusing her of looking soulless, and alleging that she uses ghostwriters because they find it hard to believe she wrote the freestyle herself. The TikToker also highlights the double standard in the criticism of female rappers, noting that male artists often produce similar content, but don't face the same level of scrutiny. Supporters of Ice Spice argue that she's being unfairly judged due to her gender, and that the increased visibility of female rappers often brings more negativity and harsh expectations.
Some of the hate comments that Ice Spice is currently getting: this person said, "Can we leave her in 2024? This person ended up saying, "I don't know how y'all hype shit like this up," and then called Doechii trash. And this person ended up dissing her by saying she looks soulless. The hate just continues to get worse because now people are accusing Ice Spice of having ghostwriters because they can't believe that she can write a freestyle herself. So trash. This person ended up saying, "Attention ghostwriters, all verses need 2 syllables minimum to end each bar." And they go on with giving Ice Spice tips on how to rap. Now, there are some people trying to defend Ice Spice here, with them saying that she had a good freestyle, but the only reason why she's getting hate is because she's a female. This person said, "The biggest downfall of female rappers getting more attention is now y'all heavily criticize them. None of them can have fun or a signature sound. Meanwhile, the men can do the exact same thing and y'all eat it up insane." You guys know my entire situation.
Meanwhile, her controversies, be it the Cleotrapa debacle, the feud with Lado, or the backlash over her weight loss, have only served to further dilute the impact of her music. Ice Spice isn't just fighting for artistic credibility, she's fighting for the public's affection, and right now it seems like the internet is turning on her. But can she bounce back? The potential is there. Ice Spice has proven she knows how to capture a moment and turn it into a movement. Whether she can recapture that magic or fade into the viral void remains to be seen. For now, 2025 will be the year to watch. Will Ice Spice reinvent herself, or will she become the cautionary tale of viral fame gone wrong? As 2025 continues to unfold, Ice Spice's situation is starting to look like the ultimate comeback or crash and burn moment. Artists who peak too quickly often find themselves scrambling for relevance. This isn't a new narrative in the music world, but Ice Spice's ability to reinvent herself could be the difference between remaining a meme in 2025 and cementing her legacy in the industry. For one, she's shown she can pivot when necessary. Look at her switch from purely rap to embracing elements of pop and R&B. Tracks like Pink Panther and Roller Coaster Dreams had catchy hooks, and some of the remixes sparked interest on platforms like TikTok, one of the last places where Ice Spice can still stir up viral content. But the question remains, how long can she rely on the algorithm to push her into the limelight? One possible direction for Ice Spice's comeback could be a more introspective approach. While her earlier music was heavily focused on catchy hooks, fun verses, and making people dance, she has the chance to take things a little more serious. Fans and critics have begun to speculate that Ice Spice could drop a project that shows more of her personality, struggles, and growth. Something raw, something honest, something where she's not just rapping about going viral, but dealing with the consequences of fame. A vulnerable Ice Spice could resonate with the audience who felt disconnected from her during the Y2K era. If she takes the time to invest in authentic lyricism, it could show her growth as an artist and woman. While her viral hits will always hold a place in pop culture, they can only sustain her for so long. There's a fine line between being a meme and being a respected artist, and Ice Spice needs to find that balance. Now let's get into the simmering tension between Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice. While Nicki has has made several public statements praising Ice Spice at the beginning of their careers. The underlying tension between the two is as thick as one of Nicki's infamous wigs. In 2024, rumors surfaced of Ice Spice being iced out of Nicki's circle. Though nothing was confirmed, there were some glaring moments. Nicki's alleged shade towards Ice Spice came when she posted a cryptic Instagram story about imitation and having your moment. Fans couldn't help but notice the timing. It coincided with Ice Spice's rise and Nicki's more silent approach to her own music career. The icy silence between them had some people wondering, did Ice Spice's viral success step on Nicki's toes? The drama exploded when Ice Spice dropped a line in her Y2K album about keeping it cute but always ready to spaz, which many took as a subtle jab at Nicki's larger-than-life persona. Nicki, being Nicki, couldn't let that slide. She quickly took to Twitter implying that Ice Spice was using her for clout. Nicki's barbs, pun intended, left fans divided. Some sided with the OG, while others leaned toward Ice Spice, seeing her as the new wave of hip-hop. Ice Spice tried to play it cool, calling it all petty and denying any animosity, but let's face it, there was clearly some underlying beef. The question is whether the two can ever reconcile, or if this is the start of a generational divide in the hip-hop community. Will Nicki see Ice Spice as a protege to protect, or will she continue to claim her crown as the queen? Time will tell, but one thing's for sure, if there's one person who's good at making drama part of her brand, it's Nicki Minaj. At the heart of Ice Spice's decline is a simple issue, the lack of direction when it comes to marketing. She became a viral sensation almost overnight, but as anyone who's ever chased fame on social media knows, maintaining it is a different beast entirely. Really? The biggest issue? Ice Spice's team failed to capitalize on her initial momentum. Her rapid rise could have been matched with a solid media strategy. Unfortunately, much of her public image in 2024 was tied to her social media posts and performances rather than a carefully curated brand. Some have speculated that Ice Spice didn't have the industry savvy or team behind her to manage the intricate dance of fame, marketing, and personal life. In contrast, other artists have figured out how to turn viral moments into sustainable careers. Look at Lil Nas X, who mastered the art of meme culture and social media engagement while simultaneously building a multifaceted brand. Ice Spice, however, became dependent on Twitter jokes and TikTok memes, which, while fun, couldn't hold up under the pressure of constant scrutiny. And let's not forget her fashion choices. While Ice Spice's early Munch era saw her hailed as a style icon, her more recent wardrobe choices seem to be confusing the internet more than impressing it. In an era of oversized fashion statements and bizarre trends, Ice Spice has yet to find her style groove again. Her collaborations with brands have been met with mixed reviews. For instance, her partnership with the clothing brand Cool Girl Club felt awkward, as if the brand was trying too hard to fit Ice Spice's image into a pre-made mold. The result? A collection that failed to capture the hype her earlier moments promised. As of 2025, Ice Spice stands at a crossroads in her career. Can she stage a dramatic comeback and reclaim her place in the music world, or will she become another cautionary tale of internet fame? It's a tale as old as time, the viral artist who captures everyone's attention but struggles to maintain it. The key for Ice Spice moving forward is versatility. She can't simply rely on viral moments or play into her meme status anymore. The internet is fickle, and it's clear that audiences have grown bored of the same old shtick. If she wants to survive, Ice Spice needs to evolve, experiment with her sound, and take risks. But she also needs to address the elephant in the room, her public image. Is Ice Spice just the next it girl, or does she have the staying power to evolve into a respected artist in the hip-hop game? Only time will tell. Whatever happens, 2025 is the year that will define Ice Spice's career. Whether she fades away like so many viral stars before her or reinvents herself as a dominant force remains to be seen. If she can avoid the traps of social media fame, learn from her past missteps, and find a solid direction for her music, we could be looking at Ice Spice 2.0. And if not, well, the internet is ready to move on to the next viral sensation. Do you think Ice Spice's controversies and career choices are fair critiques, or is she a victim of the internet's double standards? And what would it take for her to bounce back? Share your thoughts below. We're dying to hear them.